charged with sex assault, strangulation, and kidnapping in the Phoenix area. Those charges have been dismissed. Records show to be sent back to a grand jury. The Maricopa County Attorney's Office tells us the case is still being investigated. Roy remains in the Harris County Jail. We've reached out to the Zeus Network to find out if they knew about what happened, what his role was at the time, and his status with the company, and we're waiting to hear back. Micah Hatfield, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Good evening, I'm Len Cannon. Mia has the night off. New at 10, a 23-year-old man is being held without bond after the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office says he allegedly kidnapped a 15-year-old girl on Christmas Day. Officials say the girl's father was able to rescue her before deputies took the suspect into custody. Tonight, the family of the teen is speaking with our Amanda Henderson. Amanda?
Yeah, Len, it's a lot of emotions, as you can imagine, but specifically gratitude from her parents that their daughter is back home. Now, this is 23-year-old Giovanni Rosales Espinosa. He is the man accused of allegedly threatening their 15-year-old daughter at knife point while she was out walking her dog. And the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office says this all happened Christmas evening, just yesterday before 5 p.m. in Porter, Texas. And authorities say when the girl was walking her dog, she failed to return home. So her father took action. Officials saying he tracked his daughter's phone through parental controls, finding her and the dog in the suspect's vehicle in a wooded area before rescuing her. And while the family isn't ready to go on camera, they did give us permission to use this statement, saying, quote, "We're thankful tonight our daughter is safe, at home, and with us recovering. We'd also like to clarify, none of us knew the suspect." And again, the suspect, Espinosa, has been charged with aggravated kidnapping and indecency with a child. He does not have a bond. Montgomery County Sheriff says, in part, quote, "Detectives worked tirelessly to ensure this dangerous predator was swiftly apprehended and is now off our streets." In the newsroom, Amanda Henderson, KHOU 11 News.
Amanda.
At least 2 dead and 8 injured in Russia's latest attack on Ukraine's second largest city. There is a 9-month-old baby with a head injury, says Kharkiv's emergency medical chief. Still, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says a peace plan is 90% ready. Some documents are already prepared. I see they're almost completed, he says. Zelensky has been drumming up support from world leaders, including Prime Minister Mark Carney, posting, "I appreciate Canada's clear recognition of the necessity for joint efforts to guarantee security and real recovery. In the coming days, much can be accomplished." He also said he's heading to Florida Sunday for a meeting with Donald Trump. For the first time, Zelensky appears willing to pull his military back from areas of the eastern Donetsk still under Kyiv's control. But in exchange, Russia would have to move its forces back the same distance, essentially creating a demilitarized zone on the front lines, monitored by an international force. The new plan requires security guarantees by the U.S., NATO, and Europe.
Don't be putting yourself up there, Zelensky.
Are only willing to make these compromises if they can be assured by President Trump that the Ukrainians will be protected.
Yeah,
don't believe that.
Only response so far.
Don't believe Donald Trump. Donald Trump can't do nothing right.
They're stringing President Trump along. This will become clear when they reject it. And then again, the question for President Trump is, how does he react?
If that happens, Trump does have some options, including more sanctions. He can also provide Ukraine with the Tomahawk missiles it's been asking for. But so far, similar actions have done little to slow Vladimir Putin. Karen Pauls, CBC News, Washington.
Real cocktails, perfectly mixed. Got water. Open the bar.
Working under the hood and drop a nut or bolt that you can't quite reach? Magnetic Finger has your back. Slide them out and turn your finger into a magnetic pickup tool that goes where others can't. Snag that screw, hold that nut, and finish the job.
No, you gotta watch what you're doing.
Magnetic Finger, built for mechanics by mechanics.
Overseas now to U.S. strikes targeting terrorists in Nigeria on Christmas Day. President Trump says it was to protect Christians in that country, but Nigerian officials say the strikes were aimed at protecting all religions, not just Christians. Here's ABC senior White House correspondent Selena Wang.
Tonight, new scenes of the aftermath of the U.S. missile strike in Nigeria on Christmas Day. The Pentagon releasing this video, a U.S. warship firing a Tomahawk cruise missile from the Gulf of Guinea. A U.S. official telling ABC News more than a dozen missiles were launched. In a village targeted by the strikes in northwest Nigeria, residents carrying a piece of metal debris as a fire rages in a field. The next day, locals gathering as police sweep the site of a missile strike. President Trump saying he ordered the strikes against terrorists who, quote, have been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent
get his
Christians.
face off of the TV.
Tonight, the president
Ooh,
saying
Lord.
he delayed the strikes for symbolic reasons, telling Politico, quote, they were
Hey, how
going
you
to do
doing?
it earlier, and I said, nope, let's give a Christmas present. The Pentagon says multiple ISIS terrorists were killed. U.S. and Nigerian officials confirming they worked together on this operation. Analysts tell ABC News the reality on the ground in Africa's most populous country, home to millions of Christians and Muslims, is complex.
Christians are not the sole target of ISIS in Nigeria. They have been indiscriminate in their violence.
Nigeria's government responding to the strikes overnight, saying terrorist violence in any form, whether directed at Christians, Muslims, or other communities, remains an affront to Nigeria's values and to international peace and security. The Christmas strikes are the second this week. Last Friday, the U.S. carrying out dozens of airstrikes against ISIS in Syria in response to the deadly attack that killed 3 Americans.
Selena Wang joins us now from Palm Beach, where President Trump is spending the Christmas
No,
holiday
Lord.
and planning to host some world leaders. What more can you tell us, Selena? Well, Lindsay, President Trump will host Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at his Mar-a-Lago club in the coming days, and the agenda is expected to be wide-ranging, with the focus on how to advance the fragile Israel-Hamas ceasefire into the next phase. Iran's nuclear activities are also expected to be front and center of these discussions. Lindsay? Selena, thank you.
Mother of Melody Buzzard was just arraigned in court. Ashley Buzzard was charged with first-degree murder in connection with the death of her 9-year-old daughter after the girl's body was found in a rural part of Utah more than 2 months after she disappeared. Authorities believe Melody was killed on October 9th during a multi-day road trip.